On today's episode, we have a boyfriend who had a profound realization, a relationship in jeopardy due to a surgery, a listener who laughed at the most unfortunate time, a story about a family thinking their kid is entitled, and a listener gaslights people about their rowing team experience. And for patrons, we also have bonus content for you today where we read some comments from my favorite website. If you know, you know. Consider being a patron to hear that section. All links are on the show notes. But with that, Reddit on Wiki starts right now.
Do it! Just do it!
Expert in fucking, I don't know.
Great power.
For the fifth time, it's your boy Sean.
What's up, Wikimaniacs? Welcome to Reddit on Wiki. I'm your host today, the punny Pinoy John. Sean is out doing his civic duties, so hope you get back soon, my brother. But with me as usual, your favorite sweet prince, we got Josh Shell. What's up, brother?
Hi, how's it going? I miss Sean.
I miss Sean too. And don't worry, we always have a third member today. I am outnumbered by the whites this episode, so I am the minority. But we have our pod bomb, host of the Ye Old Crime podcast and a frequent guest. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Linz. Hi, Linz.
Hi.
I no longer miss Sean.
Thanks for having me back. Yeah. Sorry, Sean.
I mean, Linz is basically Canadian, so like I'm really outnumbered today.
Yeah, actually, we should just take your state, Linz. You guys should just be a part of us.
Yeah,
That sounded
you should
weird.
just, yeah,
Sorry.
a part of us, one of us, one of us.
At least
Canada
you get
is just one
healthcare.
large cult.
It is essentially, yes.
Yeah. We'll give you health care, but you have to drink maple syrup every year.
Josh is getting the itch
You
with
must
the whole
love-
cult shit again.
It's been too long. It's been too long.
He hasn't gripped
It
anybody
has.
for so long, and he's having the itch.
Yeah.
I mean, look at that beautiful. It used to be a sex dungeon, and now he's got like the soft lighting, and
Now it's an OnlyFans dungeon.
it is an OnlyFans dungeon.
I've upgraded.
It's got that soft lighting.
Soft lighting, but something is hard for sure.
Oh, God.
Oh yeah, baby.
A tease
Those
for the
dollar bills.
A tease for the
That is a
Patreon
tease for the
stories.
patron. Awesome. Well, is there anything that y'all like to like discuss or anything to announce before we start to our news or we begin the episode?
Good on my end.
Awesome. All right. First story is cross-posted by... Oh, actually, this one is posted by user throwaway 653368075. And this one is from r/. You know who that is, right?
My best friend.
That's the homie from elementary.
I have no idea who that is. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Yeah, I went to
My favorite
elementary with this guy. This is from r/off my chest. The title is "My girlfriend turned me into a morning person and made me realize I want to marry her someday."
Oh.
Aw.
So we're starting out
Wild.
wholesome,
That
guys.
sounds adorable. It sounds adorable so far.
I think if I kept getting woken up in the morning, I don't know if that'd be my person. But
Has Sienna not converted you to a morning person yet? Because she's a runner, right?
I think I've converted her more than anything to a
Really?
later sleeper.
Oh man,
Yeah.
Josh, the
Yeah.
bad influence.
Bad influence.
My husband's an early riser. He gets up at the ass crack of dawn to go to yoga. So
The same way minus the yoga. I just sit there and have anxiety for the rest of the day. So
John just wakes up, sits down, and just stares into the abyss.
I'm just like, what the fuck
of
do I
the three, John's is the healthiest.
Yeah.
Let's be real here. Just stare into the
I
void.
don't know about that.
God.
This is fine. This is fine.
My life hurts.
I'm one of
you know?
infinite atoms put together.
All we are is dust in the wind.
Just repeats that for an hour and then gets up, makes his coffee.
Yeah, don't you know? I have
Good
a
to go.
fucking
I'm good.
blackboard like Bart Simpson. I will not cry today. I will not cry today.
As you're crying.
As I'm crying, tears in my
Yeah.
eyes.
Puts on his wheelie shoes and wheels into the kitchen to get his
Hey
coffee.
man,
Nice.
I tried one of them shits before. I ate shit one time, and I'm like, never again. It really hurt, guys. It really
And
hurt.
that's why he's so sad.
Oh, but
Exactly. That's why my knees are busted. Anyways, this story reads as this. Full disclosure, neither of us are ready for marriage, so there won't be a proposal update anytime soon. But she made me realize I want to spend the rest of my life with her. On mobile, and I have a lot of details because I want you to see my girlfriend through my eyes. Throw away because even though she doesn't have Reddit, my friends do, and I don't want them to freak her out about the marriage part because I know she's nowhere near ready. Anyway, on to the story. So I, 21 male, moved in with my girlfriend, 20 female, of 2 years about 3 months ago. Now, I am in no way a morning person and dread waking up anytime earlier than 12 or 1 p.m. That was me as a teenager.
must be nice.
Yes.
Must be nice.
Right. My girlfriend, R, and I both work a 9 to 5 Monday to Friday job. I like having the same schedule as her, but I hated waking up at 7 to 8 every day. So before I moved in with her, I normally spent my weekends sleeping until 2 to 3 p.m. My girlfriend is... I know, I need that. My girlfriend is also not a morning person and has had a hard time waking up in the morning most of her life until she started working at her current job. She still hates it, but she says it's easier than it used to be. The first week after I moved in, she would wake up after about 3 alarms where it would take me about 7 or 8 snoozes to wake up. But by the time I woke up and she had already showered and made coffee. Sidetrack, how many alarms do y'all need to wake up?
Oh,
I can sleep maybe I'll hit the snooze button twice.
it depends.
I don't need a bunch of backup alarms to wake up.
Yeah, it's if it's before 6, that's 4 or 5.
Ooh.
If it's before 7, 2 to 3. If it's before 8, 1 maybe. So there's a scale.
Shout out to my anxiety. I wake up before my alarm. So I turn my alarm
Wow.
off before it even rings.
That's the worst, actually.
Jeez.
Yeah.
That is the
Oh
worst.
God, my mental health sucks, guys. Then
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
depression is
Do
my
not
oldest
cry.
and
Do not cry.
only
Do not
friend.
cry.
Fuck me, guys.
Here's Ringo. She can cheer you up.
Then the weekend rolls around and Saturday morning, R gets up at around 10 and I was half awake for long enough to check my phone before going back to sleep. I woke up again around 11 because Mother Nature was calling and heard her singing. Because I was still asleep, she was singing quietly so she wouldn't wake me. I came out of the room and saw her playing Minecraft with one earbud in and the house smelled like coffee. She just looked
Hell
up.
yeah.
I can't drink coffee. She just looked up, smiled, said good morning, and then went back to playing. Next morning, same thing. I was more conscious this time because I recognized her voice in my sleep and was semi-awake. Every weekend morning, she would do the same thing. Wake up at around 10, sometimes even 9, make coffee, and play Minecraft for a few hours while singing quietly so she wouldn't wake me. Around the third week, I found myself waking up at 10:30 to 11 and lying in bed just to listen to her sing and get frustrated while playing. Around week 5, I was waking up and going in and sitting on the floor with her, just listening to her while she drank coffee and scrolling through my phone. Something about the smell of coffee, the morning light, her singing, and being able to just lay next to her doing absolutely nothing was so peaceful, and it made me look forward to the weekend mornings. I noticed it was easier to wake up during the week, and we got into the habit of waking up at the same time. I would start making coffee while she showers, and we would spend a little bit more time together in the mornings during the week too. One morning, we woke up and sat in the living room together, and the sun from the window behind the couch was hitting her, and it felt like I was in a movie. There's no other way to describe it. She lit up like an angel, and she was singing as always. I couldn't breathe, I swear. I knew right then and there I was so deeply in love with her. I would do anything, and I wanted to spend my life laying on the floor next to her while she played Minecraft and sang. This woman single-handedly fixed my sleep schedule and made me fall in love with her by doing the same thing she did before I moved in, only with me.
I mean,
I kind of want to cry. That's so wholesome.
sweet.
That's so nice and
it
sweet.
is a beautiful story. It is hilarious that he's like, she made me get up and now I'm in love with her.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, there's nothing better than the smell of freshly brewed coffee in the morning. It's one of my
Yes.
favorite things.
Ain't that like a commercial like that? Folgers
Yeah.
or some shit? Not
It's for
sponsored.
Yeah.
Folgers.
Yeah, I think it is Folgers. You're right. And I agree with that commercial. It's one of the best things about life, which is sad when you really think
The
about
best
it. But
part of waking up is Folgers in your cup.
Oh.
That's,
Yeah,
that's their
well,
slogan.
An
but
espresso,
I don't drink
but-
Folgers. Yeah, I do. Did you say Nespresso?
Yeah.
I have one of those too.
Y'all
Nice.
bougie.
Hell yeah, Linz.
Okay.
Bougie as shit.
Okay.
I'm the only coffee drinker in my family, so
Same.
it's like, really,
Yeah, Sienna hates coffee. So
Ooh, me and Sienna
we
could
connect
be
on so many
friends.
levels.
yeah, you could. Does Juliet drink coffee?
Oh yeah, she has those like home industrial barista shit. I don't know what's called. It's a
Oh man.
Breville or something like that. I don't
Oh
know.
shit. So the real fancy shit.
Sure.
Yeah,
So
super
Linz
fancy
and
shit.
I could be friends with her.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
She makes like coffee menus all the time. It's crazy. Y'all need to come over someday.
Oh,
and
my-
you'll just, it's insane.
Someday,
Yeah, just
when we come to,
mosey on down
to
there.
Texas, I'll just put on my big belt buckle and mosey on down.
Oh yeah.
I'll just pick you up on the way down, Linz.
There you go. I basically am part of Canada, so we can just like,
True.
Yeah.
you know,
We'll commute.
cool runnings that shit.
I'll grab Alex on the way too.
There you
There you
go.
go.
Yeah, we can have a pool party at the house. So like, come on
Wow.
over. All right. Well, that was a wholesome story, but I hate to break it to y'all. This next one,
I was gonna say that was like a weird palate cleanser. Like, what's going on?
I tried to. This is Sean's famous shit sandwich episode. So, except there's
Okay,
only one
okay.
shit sandwich this time. So the rest is pretty okay.
Yeah, Sean and John like to give me whiplash on the Monday episodes.
Yeah.
They're like, here's
I
a
know.
nice, wholesome, beautiful story. Here's trash people.
Bam.
It's like, God damn it.
And Josh has to edit all these episodes, guys. So if you enjoy our episodes, y'all better start leaving nice reviews about Josh because he does all the work, y'all. So just saying.
Josh
No.
is amazing. He is a sweet angel baby.
Stop sending
In
Venmo
Canada.
to Sean. Give this full of PayPal to Josh, guys. He will never
No,
hear
it's
this,
okay.
so it's okay.
You can
Yeah.
cheat on Sean in this episode.
We
It's fine.
can. We absolutely
Yeah,
can.
He'll never know.
Yeah, just don't put his name in your comment and he will not find it.
Yeah.
So,
He'll never know.
that's
Or
the
spell
key.
it wrong. Spell it as wrong as
Or
possible.
that. Or that. He hates that.
All right. Again, this is going to be, it might make you guys angry. So this one is from r/off my chest. I believe this is cross posted by live121006. The title is My Boyfriend Wants to Break Up with Me Because of My Lack of Breasts.
Oh.
Okay. I am mentally there. All right.
Okay, I could see where this would go, but just before we get into the story, if that's your thing, why would you get into a relationship with her? But I could also see where it goes somewhere else, maybe, and I am very worried that it's going to go there. So I'll let you go ahead.
All right.
Yeah.
Some weeks ago, my mom was diagnosed with breast cancer. It's not too late, but it could have been diagnosed earlier. Still, radiation and chemotherapy, it's needed, and we're worried about her. When she got diagnosed, in tears, she finally told something I didn't know. My grandma died because of breast cancer. Almost at the same time, my aunt did. I have 5 aunts, and all of them checked themselves. 2 of them even found some early bumps without much struggle they got rid of. The others still needed to check every couple of months, and my cousins too. She told me this so I can get checked immediately. I was pissed at her, but she decided not to tell me that cancer is something that apparently runs through our family and waited just because she's the one suffering it right now. She said she was in negation and that she never thought it would happen to her since she got checked only once and everything seemed normal. I got checked, and yes, you guessed it. I have a high risk of getting breast cancer. One of my cousins also had a very high risk of breast cancer. So she decided to, I don't know if I'm saying this word right, extirp? Is that a word?
Is that like
I think it's kinda like
surgically
a-
removed?
Yeah. I think it's kind of like a mastectomy.
Mastectomy?
Where you
Okay.
have-
Okay.
Yeah, where you have them removed.
Gotcha. So
That
she
makes sense.
So,
Okay.
so she decided to extirp her breast and deal with the problem right away. I talked with her and she didn't encourage me to follow her steps, but I asked and she answered. And that's how I ended up deciding to also take my breast off for my own health. My mom surprisingly was very acceptive of my decision, and we both agreed with the pros and cons of the surgery. Y'all ready for the bad part?
Well, I already know where it's going to go.
I already
Yes.
have a feeling I know where it's going to go, but
Yeah.
yeah, let's. Like a Band-Aid, rip it off. Let's
it
go.
off. Here's
Like this man, rip him off.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's when my boyfriend enters the scene. He was with me the whole process of my stress, from my mom's diagnosis to my own, and he was with me all the time, reassuring me that he's with me and he's on my side, so no matter what I want to do. But getting a double mastectomy wasn't part of the deal, I guess. When I told him to say goodbye to my boobs because they're going to leave eventually, his face dropped. Really? Was the first thing he said. I explained to him everything. How my cousin also got a mastectomy and how it's not 100% sure that I'm going to be cancer free, but it's the best option for me and the one I decided to pick. He said, "Oh, cool, I guess." He seemed
Wrong answer.
very much
Wrong
Not the
wrong
right
answer.
answer.
You should say bye, boobs, and
Yes.
try, support her through that.
Yep.
Yep. He seemed in shock and tried to play it off, but I could feel the shift on his attitude, and eventually I felt so uncomfortable I had to leave his house.
Aw.
This morning, I woke up with some screenshots one common friend we have sent me and said he cannot hide this from me knowing how in the wrong my boyfriend is in. My boyfriend basically said that he looked up aftermath photos of mastectomies and he's grossed out by the scars
Jesus, dude.
and how weird and masculine my chest is going to look like after it. He said that he loves me and my body, but this is the part that pisses me off. He's a tits guy. And the fact that his perfect girl is now going to lose the best part of her is a big turn off for him.
What the fuck, dude?
Because all we are breasts. That's the best part of us.
Yeah. According to this man, all you are is a body, and doesn't matter what your personality is like or the rest of you. If you lose the parts that he likes, he's out of there. That's shitty.
Yeah.
Tits or nothing. That's what I'm getting from this.
Yeah, he's more like an ass man because he's a fucking asshole.
He
Jesus.
is.
Mm-hmm.
Good one, Josh. I'd dap you up for that, buddy.
Thank you.
You're
I
welcome.
appreciate it.
After explaining his stupid reasoning, he also asked my friend on how to bring this up to me without looking like a jerk. Newsflash, buddy. You're an asshole.
You can't.
Yeah,
you
can't.
can't. Sorry.
You're losing battle here.
Exactly. But my friend called him out and told him that there's absolutely no way to explain his reasoning without looking like a dumbass. And my boyfriend decided to suck it up and just not to bring it up to me ever. And that eventually he's going to find an excuse to break up with me without making it obvious.
Bro,
Because that
Why-
fixes everything.
why are you openly admitting this to people? It's like this is just like W friend for telling
Standing
you all
up,
this.
right.
Yeah, but holy
But
fuck.
especially sending this to someone that is a mutual friend of your girlfriend.
Yeah. It's almost like this is his way of getting out of it. He knows, and so he's doing it like through someone else. It's like fucking fifth grade. Yes, you
Yeah,
have to do
it's-
it through
it's-
someone.
Yeah, it's like when you're like, hey, Jimmy, can you break up with Sandy for me? Because
Yeah.
I don't want to hurt her feelings.
Yeah,
You don't-
exactly.
I got you, bro. I got you.
He got the balls to do it, man. Like he's not even. You can't even call this dude a man because he's fucking
No.
little boy about it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit.
I'm devastated. My life is literally in danger, and his biggest worry is that he's not going to be able to touch my tits again. What? My surgery is in 5 days. I'm nervous, and now I'm depressed because the person who supposedly supported my decisions is planning on how to break up with me because I decided to look up for my health. He's an idiot, a fucking stupid, childish idiot. And I feel like we mentioned that.
Yep.
But still, he managed to twist and add an insecurity that wasn't there. I didn't mind the operation. I couldn't care less not having boobs again. But now all these ideas of scars and blood and the masculinization of my body is taking a toll on me. And I just wanted to vent here. That's all. Thanks for reading if you did.
Damn.
That's heartbreaking.
That is
because-
heartbreaking.
As sad as it is a part of what society views as a woman is your breasts. Like that's a big
Right.
part of who you as a woman are supposed to be. And the fact that this person who says he loves her is just like, oh, because you don't have that, you're not going to have that part anymore. I can't love you. And
Yeah.
I can't imagine how traumatic it would be to not only come from a family where cancer is prevalent, how scary and sad and like life-changing that is, and then to voluntarily go through the procedure because there's a high probability that she would have to do it down the road anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And then coming out of it knowing that the person who's supposed to love you and support you isn't going to be there anymore. Like,
Yeah.
that's awful.
It is awful. And currently her mother is going through it, which is like,
Exactly.
doubly awful.
Yeah.
Like what's that?
And her cousin. And her
And
cousin,
her
too.
cousin? Yeah. Yeah. So for him just to dismissively, like, call her manly and want to break up with her because she's trying to save her own life. Like, what is, like, if she doesn't do this, there's a chance that she loses her life.
Yeah.
And so then you never get to see those boobs again either, dude. Like, I don't,
Yeah.
like, it's so stupid. And I would turn it around on him if he, like, because testicular cancer is a real
It's a
thing for
thing.
men.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's what, quote unquote, defines
A man.
men in the society.
Mm-hmm.
If he lost that, would he expect her to stay with him? And like, it's like, yeah, obviously, because that's not who you are as a person.
Yeah.
Like your personality and your humor and your what, like, to
You are not your vessel. You
Exactly.
are not.
to diminish
this.
someone to being their boobs is so awful.
That's an awful thing.
And you're fucking way better off without him. And him talking about the scarring and stuff like that, I can't even imagine if you married him and had kids, how he would feel about,
How your
Yeah.
body would change once, kids are around too.
exactly,
Yeah,
like birthing
exactly.
scars. He would be like, oh, that's gross. And then like be another child about it. So
Yeah.
you probably dodged a bullet in the long run. And yeah,
It's just sad that his true colors had to come out this way.
This way.
yes,
I
when you
agree.
need him the most.
Yeah.
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 And this is like a throwback to, like, I want to say it's in our pinned TikTok. It's one of our most listened where a man leaves
Oh,
their
yeah.
spouse because they ended up having cancer. And I believe on that story, Josh, you mentioned something about like men are more likely to leave their partners if they ended
Yeah.
up being sick. And as fun it is dunking on guys, unfortunately there is a study where there's a percentage and like a case study that this is a real thing, and it's just a sad reality that this one is just actually just like a public story that was told on Reddit, but this shit happens on the daily, and it's just unfortunate that people have to go through the struggles of like illness and sickness and all that. They have for a lot of times zero control that's going to happen to them. And for that dude to actively choose like that because he thinks he's not going to be attracted to his partner anymore, it's quite frankly, it's fucking disgusting. Like, no person
It
should
is.
ever have to go through that. And it's just unfortunate.
And I can understand how it's hard to have that kind of empathy for someone, especially if it's something that you will never go through. Hopefully, that you would never go
Right.
through.
Mm-hmm.
Just like with the reverse that Josh mentioned, like a woman can't go through the process of dealing with testicular cancer. It's still cancer, but it's different, and how it affects you is different. And so on the one hand, I can understand that as far as how common it is for spouses and significant others to back off when people get sick, because you don't know how to react. You don't know how to help. You don't know, in a healthy relationship, you would want to help.
Yeah,
And it's hard to help
communicate.
if you don't know what to do.
Yep.
But to see all these signs and to see how much pain her family and she is going through, and to just make it about you,
It is ridiculous.
and showing zero empathy for the struggles she is going through. I mean, any type of surgery is scary.
Oh yeah.
When you have to be put under, it's scary. And to know that she's going to be coming out of this literally scarred, but also mentally scarred
Every sense in the word
Is-
scarred. Yeah.
in every sense of the word, and know that she can't trust this person who won't come clean and be like, the reason I'm leaving you is because of this.
Yeah.
That he's going to come up with some random reason to leave her is
Gonna get
just,
Tommy to break up with her for him.
yeah.
And a crazy thing, Linz, to add with
Yeah.
that, it's not even like to guarantee that you're not going to have cancer. It's just to have a shot to not, get
Yeah.
that. So like this is such a big deal. And for you to minimalize it, just like, oh yeah, I no touch titties no more. Like how
Yeah.
shallow?
If he wants to touch tits that badly, why doesn't he just get surgery on himself to have tits?
Exactly.
And then he can just,
There you go. There you go.
Come on. It's 20,
or buy a sex
what
doll,
year is it?
buddy. Put that
Jesus.
shit in a closet, cop a feel here and there. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
just grow up.
Yeah. She's better off without him. I'll state
Yeah.
that
I
again
agree.
because she definitely is.
I agree.
And I hope whoever she is, that she's able to be in part of a recovery group for people who understand what she's going through and can help her heal emotionally and mentally and physically. And honestly, she's better off without someone like that in her life.
Get a cat. They never betray you.
They never betray you.
I could have
They
sworn
might eat you when you die, but
I could have sworn she like scratches the shit out of you, Josh.
She does, but it's
that's
out
not
of love.
betrayal.
Yeah.
I'll take it. Kevin does the same, but just bites me.
She does try to run for the door every time we open it. So maybe she doesn't love us that much.
I could have a better life elsewhere.
Freedom.
Fuck you guys. Fuck you.
get a dog. Dogs love unconditionally.
And they won't
That
leave
is
because
true,
you
yeah.
are the food source.
This is true.
Also true.
This is true.
Captive audience. But anyways, that was a pretty heavy story. It gets lighter from here on out, except one story. But we'll go on a quick ad break and we'll be right back. Hopefully buy some products and things that we're advertising. Okay, bye. Peace.
Man, how long have we been recording? I still have to cook after this, and I'm very much not looking forward to that. These Reddit stories drain the life out of me sometimes.
Bro, have you heard of Factor?
Like, in math?
Oh, buddy. Factor, America's #1 ready-to-eat meal kit.
Do tell.
Well, we all live a busy life, but with Factor, we get to skip time-consuming trips to the store or meal planning. Factor delivers meals that are fresh, never frozen, and all you have to do is heat it up for a couple minutes and bam, a delicious meal waiting for you. No prep, no chopping, and minimal cleaning up after.
What type of meals are we talking about here? I'm going to need some details, my guy.
Factor has over 34 weekly restaurant quality options. You got bruschetta shrimp risotto, green goddess chicken, and grilled steakhouse filet mignon, just to name a few. Again, the best part, my brother, all within a few minutes, and there's little to no effort needed.
Well, that definitely beats the granola bar I do be eating right before we hop on. Where do I order Factor?
You can head to factormeals.com/wiki50 and use code wiki50 to get 50% off. That's code wiki50 at factormeals.com/wiki50 to get 50% off.
Let me repeat this again just to make sure I heard it right. We got to head to factormeals.com/wiki50 and use code wiki50 to get 50% off.
Perfection. Thank you to Factor for supporting the show. And we're back. So we're going to go from a sad story to a quite funny one. This is actually a listener submitted story. And this is from Effie. Hopefully I'm pronouncing your name right, Effie. If I'm not, I do apologize. But the title is, Today I Fucked Up by Listening to Reddit on Wiki in Public.
Oh, well, I mean, that's just a given.
Oh, no.
The amount of swearing Sean does and the amount of puns John does, I'd be worried to listen to it in public too.
And depending on what sort of story you guys were talking about.
Also true.
Also true.
Yeah.
Also true. So I was at the nail salon and I'd done all the pre-functionary small talk with the guy doing my nails, so he was now happily chatting with his coworker. To feed my Reddit on Wiki addiction, I pop in one AirPod and they put
Addiction.
Addiction.
You missed
Oh.
Fuck me.
Damn it.
I'm disappointed in myself.
You have one job.
I'm disappointed in you, John, and I'm disappointed in Effie for not putting it in.
I'm gonna wake up at 3 in the morning tomorrow. Think about it. I will always say addiction. I will always say addiction. Yeah, I'm gonna think about this for the rest of my life, guys. Thanks a lot.
No problem. I'll be right there with you in therapy.
To feed my Reddit on Wiki addiction, I popped
There you
in
go.
one AirPod, only one in case my nail technician needed to get my attention, and start listening to my favorite tripod. I'm sitting next to another woman who is getting her nails done, who I'd say hi to when I first sat down. My AirPod was in the ear away from her, so she probably didn't realize I was listening to something. At one point, she said something to me, which I didn't hear because John had just said something hilarious. I say something funny all the time, Effie. I couldn't.
This is true.
I couldn't help myself, and I burst out laughing, only to stop immediately when I noticed her shocked face. I took out my earphone and said, "Sorry, what?" Turns out she had just said, "Apparently everyone died," in reference to something on the news. Turns out I'd been looking toward the TV even though I wasn't paying attention to it. And she thought I was watching the news about the death of the 5 Titan crew members.
Oh, that's funny. That's fine.
That is funny
to
though.
laugh at it.
That is funny. That is funny.
That much, Effie.
Yeah.
I know we're all sitting here like, oh, eat the rich. Like,
Peek behind the Patreon screen. We go into them in the June bonus episode.
It was a June bonus episode. Sean went hard.
So we also laughed at them. So that's fine. You're okay.
Yeah, I also bursted out laughing on that one.
God.
I didn't have any sinking feeling in the end, but it was okay. But
twofer. It's a twofer.
Make sure you sub to Reddit on Wiki wherever you find your podcast. Anyways,
All right, that's
all
enough.
right, now.
So when
you're gonna get a fine if you keep going.
Yeah.
So when she stated that they had all died, I burst out laughing, and they put at John's joke, not the situation.
Either's fine.
Thank you for the clarification.
That's okay. Looking like the most deranged psychopath in existence. It took me way too long to understand what was happening, and by the time I realized what she'd said, she'd turned away from me. So yeah, hopefully I never see her again. And moving forward, maybe I'll stick to listening to Reddit on Wiki only when I'm alone.
No. I want to hear more stories.
Yes. A lot of times you fucked up. I've had someone DM us before. They said they almost died at the freaking bench of the gym because we said something stupid and it almost fell on them.
Doing their personal best in like a press up and just dying of laughter.
Damn.
Almost dying.
Almost dying. Not gonna lie, that's a good way to go.
I'm sure. I mean, people have said and laughed at worse things, so it's fine. It's fine.
Look,
just next time you see her, clarify. I was laughing at the 3 billionaires that were in there, not the kid. And then
yeah,
the kid gets a pass.
The kid gets a pass. He's innocent. But, the
everyone else eat the rich.
Yeah.
Well, the ocean ate them
exactly.
anyway, so it's okay.
They some sharks.
Yeah. Okay.
Some baby sharks, one might say.
Ooh. No, I'm gonna remember.
We'll get
I've heard it. I have heard it so much at camp this week. It's not even funny.
All right. To keep in the topic of a shit sandwich, we're moving on to the next story.
Oh, that's right. That was a palate cleanser.
That was a palate cleanser. So this one is from r/entitled people, posted by Chansum77. Trigger warning, Wikimaniacs. There is discussion of homophobia in this story. So that's not something you're comfortable with. Please skip this story. Okay. So my mom called me up today to let me know that she's not very happy with me. Apparently, my older sister called her and told her about a conversation we had a few days ago. And now my sister is demanding that I call and apologize to her for what I said. And my mom, too, feels that I should apologize because, according to her, I was cruel and way out of line. That was all one sentence, guys. My God.
Punctuation, people.
When Redditors do that.
Yeah.
Punctuation.
Yeah.
So here's what happened. A few days ago, my sister called me and said that she would really like for me to attend church with her because they're having a guest preacher that is going to be discussing how homosexuality is a sin and what you can do to help homosexuals and programs available, etc.
I can't believe that shit's legal.
I can't
That's
believe
just
that stuff is
insane.
still
A
around.
thing, exactly.
Well, in some states they're going backwards. What is it, Rob DeSantis that we shit on all the time? They're going backwards with their
Florida's a shit show.
anti-gay stuff. Yeah.
Well, they're going to sink pretty soon, right? Don't they always flooding?
We can only hope.
Something like that. Well, not
Sing
cool
faster.
people.
Just kidding.
We have so many listeners in Florida. I apologize. Just
Not the nice
you know
people.
the vibes.
Yeah. Just the people that deserves to drown.
Yeah.
Well,
She thought this would be good for me since, well, I'm gay. I was married to a woman years ago.
Oh, okay. Okay, sorry.
Oh yeah, I assumed that.
Yeah. Okay. I want you to come to church because you're gay, and I want you to hear about how awful you are and the programs you can go to. Okay. All right. I'm there. Okay.
I would have fought the sister
I
on
want this
side
mom.
already.
Boom, neck punch.
Throat punch. Okay, cool.
Sorry. I was married to a woman years ago and have 3 kids. 1 grown, 2 teens, but I am currently married to a man who I have been with for 10 years. Ever since the day I came out to my family, I've been told how wrong it is, how I'm a sinner, I'm going to hell, etc. It took a year for my mom to tolerate my choices and accept my husband. I even went for 3 years with no contact with my family, but things are better now. There are still things my family does that irritate me, but I just let it go because at least we talk and they somewhat accept me. I haven't went to my sister's for any family dinners in the past 3 years because she started requiring that my husband and I use paper plates and plastic cups and plastic silverware at her home. She claims it's due to COVID, but since only the gay people are made to use disposable dishes, I highly doubt that she was worried about just COVID. Anyway,
Because we all know that
you can contract that.
homosexuality
My
is
God.
like an
You can catch
STD.
Catch the gay.
Oh
What
my
is-
God.
I doubt these people believe in COVID. Just a
Yeah.
side
True.
note. They're like, you can't catch COVID, but you can catch the gay.
Oh my God. The answer to
Holy.
everything is thoughts and prayers.
Facebook told me that.
Anyway, so she wants me to go to church, I guess so they can pray the gay away. I tell her no, I'm not interested. I'd go just to be there with family, and that was why she invited me. But the only reason she wants me to go is so I can listen to the preacher tell me how wrong I am. Oh, thanks. So she starts going.
You should go and then just start kissing in front of the preacher.
Oh, that too. Just start like,
It's making us gayer.
what's the dance? Is it voguing? Start doing all that, like, you know, slay in the altar, pews, whatever you call it, shit in church.
Yeah, be like, it's having the reverse effect, and then they'll never bother you again.
Start slaying over there. Fuck it.
Hell yeah.
So she starts going off on me about how I'm a sinner and mom didn't raise us that way, and what kind of example I'm setting for my children, and how ashamed I should be. That I'm a horrible person, and blah, blah, blah. Well, this pissed me off and I went off on her. I admit that I maybe did go off a bit too far, but I have to put up with this kind of crap for over 10 years, and I'm just sick of it. So I threw in her face the fact that she has her grown daughter living with her after getting out of rehab for drug addiction, and she allows her drug addict, alcoholic boyfriend to live there with her, not married, and God knows what with their with their 1-year-old child born out of wedlock, and that she isn't very good Christian for allowing that to go in her house.
I'm sorry, ma'am. That checks all the boxes for hell.
Yeah, that's the no commandments.
Yeah.
That's a great clap back.
That is.
That's a great clap back.
I want
It
to
is
say
good.
you didn't go to. You could have gone harder, to be honest.
Here's the thing. If the sister hadn't been involved, the drug addiction thing would have been over the line, but she was the one that sold you out. So fuck her. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Exactly.
Now, drug addiction is a sickness in its own,
It
and you
is.
shouldn't make fun of people normally, but
Yeah.
she had it coming with what she did to you. So
Agreed.
Yeah.
And she told me that it's totally different because her daughter is trying to turn her life around. And by having her live there, my sister is able to help her and the baby and make sure they are safe and have a place to live and food to eat. I told her that's just an excuse to justify her allowing her daughter to get away with doing whatever she wants, and her mom to just bail her out of trouble all the time and turn a blind eye while her daughter sins, but then condemns me just because she doesn't approve of who I love. So now she says she's not speaking to me until I apologize to her and her daughter. My mom is upset because she doesn't want us fighting, and I told her that I'm happy to never speak to my sister again. And if she feels that I'm such a horrible person, then maybe we're better off not speaking. So my mom says I'm being unreasonable and childish because my sister has a valid point and I am the one in the wrong. I don't think I am, but now my family are all taking sides, and I do feel bad about that. And I just don't think I should have to apologize. Any thoughts? Comments?
I like the idea that you want to go no contact because what is
Yeah.
it you always say, John? Family.
Just
Something
be-
about family doesn't all.
Yeah, just because you're blood doesn't mean you're family.
That's it.
Yep.
Yeah. And these people are not treating you like family. They're not supporting you, and you know who you are as a person.
Yeah.
And that's shitty. I get you can be uneducated about a topic, but you've been with your husband for 10 years now. They've known for quite a while, and if they haven't made the steps to educate themselves and become better people towards you, then fuck them. You don't need that kind of shit in your life. Make a better family with your husband and his family if they're accepting, and just move on from these toxic people.
Yeah. It's not worth the headache to deal with toxic people in your life. It's amazing how freeing it can be when you don't have to deal with toxic people in your life. Like you truly don't realize how much weight that puts on you until you go no contact with people like that. And if it divides the family, like the people that truly support you will continue to support you.
And the thing is, it's not you dividing the family; it's them. They're the ones not accepting you and accepting you for who you are. Because for the most part, it seems like you know, like up until when you were shouting back at her about drug and being born out of wedlock, you were accepting of them and just glad that you were able to be in contact with them and be on at least a semi-level agreement. So it's not you that's breaking up the family, it's them, and they have to come to realize that.
Yeah.
Well, and not only that, but it's like you still accepted her and her family even when they were awful to you. Like you still made a point of having family dinners with them and all this kind of stuff, knowing just how awful they were being to you. Yeah. So now that they're being like, oh, well, you owe us an apology. No, you don't. You don't owe them anything.
Exactly.
You've done more. You've done enough. You've done enough.
I agree.
Exactly.
And it just sucks. I know we had ended up getting like a bad review before because we did some religious offending. But in this situation, I think that to me, I'm not a very religious person. And sometimes when I hear stories about like religious people doing all this shit, like I get really angry about it because I grew up I grew up a Catholic as well, and a lot of the times I hear things about this and them not accepting like gay people or like lesbians and the LGBTQ plus community. To me, like at first I was like, okay, that was the thing that they were taught, and as I grew older and I kind of understood and I started like hearing more things about it, I think Sean would probably say the same thing. Like I started to realize, I'm like, hey, what they teach us is kind of goes against like the whole ideology of religion, like at the end of the day,
what they preach is kind of against what they teach.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Like
they're like, love thy neighbor,
but you're not loving.
people.
Exactly.
And then they go back on it when they're preaching about it. It's
like,
I don't know if you guys are the good guy.
Yeah. So like, I wish there was more people. And I have to say, I wish there were more people like Sean, like who is a devout Catholic, a devout Christian, and he still like understands like, hey, I'm this is me, this is my faith. But to go and like actively hurt someone and say like, because this is my religion, you have to go to church and pray the gay away. Like, what the fuck is that?
Right.
Like, why can't you just be accepting and say like, and this is what bothers me most. If they're so concerned about like damnation and all that, why are you worried about other people? Do you be all self-righteous and do all that shit? Read your Psalms, your John 3:16s, whatever. You go to heaven, fam. Like, do what you got to do to get there. Why are you concerned about everyone else's life?
That's the thing that really gets to me is, being homosexual is such a small part of the bigger picture of who you are as a person. If you're a good person, what does it matter who you love and who you're with? It has no bearing on your sister whatsoever. It's not her relationship. It's what you do at home in the privacy of your home and in your bedroom or wherever. It has no bearing on anybody else.
Yeah. And
You're not going to catch homosexuality from somebody. Like it's
Let them use
It's
filter
not
wear,
ridiculous.
people. God damn.
it's not a communicable disease,
Right.
you know,
and it's not a disease to begin with. It's just how
It's
if
people
I buy
are.
a shirt from Target, I'm going to be gay.
Right,
I
like-
mean, it's so stupid.
It don't make sense.
It literally has nothing to do with you. It affects you in no way, shape, or form.
yeah.
So the fact that you're actively being like, you were wrong and you need to convert back to being a heterosexual, no, you were in the wrong.
Mhm.
And if you can't love your family for who they are and who they choose to love,
Yeah,
they
that's
don't
not
need to be in
family.
your life.
Yeah.
That's not family.
I always say, and like, you know, I have like people that I know who are like on that spectrum of like don't like it. You don't have to like it. You just, or you don't
Mhm.
even have to understand it. You just gotta know that you just can't impose your belief on everyone else. Like you
I
just
feel 95% of our social issues would be like to fix them is just like mind your business. Like,
Exactly.
let people
exactly.
what
Or
they wanna
or to
do.
just be like,
Cool.
it doesn't change who they
it
are
does-
as a person.
Exactly.
They
Yeah.
are still the person that grew up as your sibling. They're still the same person that you've been living with as a child. You know, they're still them. This is a small aspect of who they are, and
Exactly.
it has literally nothing to do with you.
Agreed. Well, that I know those two heavy ones. We're gonna have like a nice conversation. I feel like the Wikimaniacs can also like weigh in on that as well. But we're gonna lead to our last story, and this one is a personal story sent by one of our goats. And damn it, she spoiled it for us because she messaged us that she wanted it on. But this is for mid score, one of our
The goat.
favorites and one of the goats, baby. This is her personal story, and it reads as this. Hello, my fellow Wikimaniacs. Your mid-score, here with a personal story. I went on a vacation to Gatlinburg, Tennessee with my boyfriend's family back in June. It was a good time, and my boyfriend, Kanto, and they said they're using the Reddit name, wore his
Oh,
Reddit.
I was gonna say that's a sick name.
It's Pokemon.
Yeah.
Wore his Row hoodie. So they put ROW.
Oh,
Quick side note here. For those of you who are not aware, the Row is Reddit on Wiki shortened. R for Reddit, O for on, and W for Wiki. So thank you, Bisco, for breaking that down. I know a few people who didn't know, figured there might be more, so I thought I'd explain here.
yeah. My mom didn't know. She was like, "Why are you selling row hoodies?" And I'm like, "It's Reddit on Wiki." And she's like, "Oh, is that your podcast?" I'm like, "Yes, mom." It's like I have to explain it from the beginning.
Dude, my mom is like so like dedicated to watching it weekly. So hi, Mom. Hope you're okay.
My mom's
Hi,
boss
John's
is
mom.
dedicated to watching, but my mom does not watch.
Back to the story. One evening, most of us were sitting outside on the deck just talking. As it was getting colder, Kanto went to go put on his hoodie and came back out. His twin brother, Johto, looked at his hoodie and said, "Row, row, row? What does that
Your
mean?" Gently down the stream. Merrily,
I thought
merrily,
of that
merrily,
when I
merrily.
was making the shirt. I was like, "This is exactly what I'm going to think when I see it."
Row, row, row? What does that mean? Kanto replied, "It's a podcast Midscore and I listen to." Then we had a small conversation about the podcast and the topic got changed to something else. Kanto's stepsister, Sino, walked out from the house and asked Kanto what his hoodie meant. Johto replied, "Don't you remember? Kanto was on a rowing team in high school. He went to regionals on the team."
Gaslight girl boss. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go, Midscore. I feel like the lie would have been more believable if Johto left out the regionals, but Sino still fell for it. Sino completely shocked. "Nah, I don't remember. Kanto, were you on a rowing team?" Kanto just rolls with it and keeps up with the lies that are being thrown around. Everyone is laughing, having a good time, and poor Sino somehow didn't catch on to the lie, so I told her not to believe the boys. Anytime anyone asks about the row hoodie, all I can think about is the lie. "Yeah, I was on a rowing team in high school." Final note, and this is not me plugging. Bitscore put this. Final note, buy some merch at redditonwikishop.com, and you too can say you were in a row team in high school. So that's the story from Midscore. And I know Sean's not here, but I bet she's going to get excited anyways. Just want to greet Midscore the happiest of birthdays. Birthday comes out August 1st, so the day after this episode come out. So happy birthday, Midscore.
That'll be the day before our live stream. But
yes.
So yeah, that's awesome. Happy birthday, Midscore. Huge part of the show behind the scenes with our subreddit.
Yes.
Which can get crazy.
She
so
owns that
moderates
subreddit, y'all. And we're at what? We're almost 20,000 people deep, like as recording the episode.
Closing in on it.
Shout out Midscore. We love you. We appreciate you so much.
Hell yeah.
Awesome. All right. So we're going to go on a quick ad break. But for the patrons, you're going to hear something else. You're going to get a little extra bonus. But for the non-rich, we're going to go straight to the comments. So we'll be right back, Wikimaniacs. You've heard of Surfshark VPN from countless YouTube videos, and there's a good reason why. Are you tired of being social engineered to buy things you don't need? Or are you tired of your favorite websites being blocked because of your location? Because if you are, Surfshark can keep your browsing secure and it encrypts your online data. So even if you're out connected to public Wi-Fi, browsing the next story for you to cross-post for our next episode, best believe you have some protection. Too long didn't listen, Surfshark can keep your online presence safe. Anonymity. Words are hard, people. Wikimaniacs, if you spend way too much time on the internet finding crazy stories, or if you're like me, spending way too much time on, we have the perfect deal just for you. Enter promo code WIKI and find our links on our description to get extra 3 months free. Again, promo code WIKI to get an extra 3 months free. Thank you, Surfshark, for supporting our show. All right. Well, that's it for this week. If you're not a patron, you missed out. We had some good ass laughs.
Unhinged.
Absolutely unhinged. But that's it for this week. But before we close the episode, Josh, anything that you need to announce, reviews and whatnot?
So we got one here titled Love Dis. And it's from Val Rosa 20 on Apple Podcasts. Ooh. And it's a 5-star. It says, "Hi guys, I've been listening to y'all for a while now and I'm addicted, LOL. I just had my girl not that long ago, so I'm listening to you guys while I'm putting her to bed. I hope she's not growing up on us."
Hopefully you've had your AirPods in and there's no exploding
something.
First word,
death traps on the TV.
Yeah.
Asshole. Or they're just going to be spouting out puns when they're 3 years old.
I don't know who Sean is, but I want to Venmo him.
Just pronouncing every word with Sean in it incorrectly. Passion. I binged all your podcasts. Still confused on who's John and Sean because I don't watch YouTube videos.
Racist.
LOL. Keep them coming. I've gotten to dick Sean. Shout out to my military brother John.
I'm in the military, but right. You can't tell who I am. I'm just kidding.
They said I hope I'm right.
You're right. I'm just fucking with you.
Yeah.
Salute. Thanks for the review.
Okay, here we go. Great show. This one comes from Leah, and it's a 5-star as well.
Ooh.
And they say, "I've listened to your podcast for a long time. You are all amazing. But I have to say that spelling Sean as SHAWN is racist."
Gasp.
Sean is an Irish name and pronounced using correct Gaelic letters. Sean, SHAWN, is bad because English people refuse to acknowledge Gaelic as a language and a microaggression towards the Irish.
Bad English people.
Yeah, classic English. As one of a descendant of them, I kept the tradition going.
As a pasty English person as well. Yes,
I'm brown.
So you. Thanks, John.
Thanks for clarifying.
Maybe the first reviewer will
I'm
now
not
understand.
racist because I'm brown.
They'll be like, "Oh, that's John." Jesus.
Oh shit! Oh fuck.
But I think the only other shout out we got, John, is that we got tons of reviews. I will get to them eventually. Maybe we'll read some on the live that we're going to be doing.
Yes.
Is it the week this episode comes out?
It is. It will be the Wednesday when this episode comes out.
Awesome. Yeah. Do you have any more info for that, John?
Yes. YouTube, August 2nd. Wednesday, August 2nd,
Yes.
2023,
Correct.
6 p.m. Central Standard Time, live on YouTube. We will be there, live stream. Ask us questions. We'll answer them. They could be dirty. I don't know. We'll try, but
We might not
Be
answer
there.
that. I got some ideas for John and Sean to do on the podcast.
we're gonna get demonetized.
live stream. No, it's nothing bad. It's just gonna be a good bit, I think. And then I think we're mostly gonna be answering questions as well as doing some stories. So
Maybe,
it'll be cool to see.
maybe on
we'll
the
try and do
story.
we'll try and do a couple stories. Yeah. So
Y'all
should
y'all
be
didn't
fun.
let us last time, so we'll try.
That's true. We just answered questions, but we'll try to do a couple stories here and there.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I got.
Linz, anything you want to bring up?
Shout out your podcast.
Yeah. Talk to him about you
Okay.
crime.
Okay.
It's been a while since you've been on.
It has been a little while. So for those that don't know, Yield Crime is a historical true crime podcast that I do with my sister Madison, where we discuss cases pre-1900. So when we say obscure, that's kind of, you're never going to hear anything about Jack the Ripper or, I don't know why I'm swallowing so much.
I'm just so nervous.
She said.
You've done an hour now, Lindsay.
That's what she said. I don't know why I'm swallowing so much. There's so much camed. There's so much cummed.
And that's what you can expect from Yield Crime.
Oh my god.
I just keep swallowing.
The apparatus.
There's so many apparatuses.
For those who don't understand, it's the Patreon. Go to the
Go to
Patreon.
Patreon. Subscribe.
Oh my god, cut that out.
Nope, we're leaving that in. That's
You
also
can leave
what
it
she
in.
said.
That also
no.
is what she said. I love that apparatus, Daddy. So hot.
Oh, all right. Well,
Yes, historic true crime. So if you are into true crime with a historic twist, give us a listen.
Awesome. I do have
that was
one.
perfect. Eloquently said.
Yes.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Minus the whole swallowing part, but sure.
No. Eloquently said.
You're right. I do have one shout out, and I feel like I'm stealing Sean's bit here, but for some reason, people are finding my Venmo account, so I don't ask for it. I'm not even going to say what my handle is, but if you're curious, DM me. This one is from Shen.
So that's how they're finding it.
To be fair,
It's a surprise.
It's just
You know,
I'm brown.
I didn't ask for it.
I'm brown at Venmo.
To be fair, I got a scholarship.
That's his bio.
I got a scholarship one time because I was like, I'm a minority. Instant money, baby.
Hey, good for you.
Fuck it. Anyways, yeah, this one is from Chantel. They donated Venmo. They said, tell Sean, spelled SHAWN, and Josh, JOSCH, how pretty they are. Josh,
Not racist.
you're pretty as fuck. Sean, you're not
Oh.
here, so it doesn't matter. So thank you.
You're okay.
They'll never see it because we never see
Yeah,
anything
you-
from Sean.
Damn it. I'm the only one not seeing any of this. But thank you, Chantal. I appreciate that.
Yes.
You should have mentioned Ringo, though. She's also pretty.
Ringo is beautiful.
Without cold.
Damn.
I'll wake her up for the end of the episode.
Don't do that. Don't disturb.
She
the baby.
compliments your shelving unit very
Yes.
nicely.
Yeah, she loves that spot.
Oh, sorry.
She does not look happy, but
She's like, "Why did you touch me, Dad?
the fuck is going on right now?
I was
There better
sleeping.
be a goddamn fire or food.
Open a door so I can get the hell out of here."
Freedom.
So if you like what we do, consider leaving a review for us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or our website, redditonwiki.com. Or consider being a patron if you want to hear the bit that we're talking about. It was pretty fucking funny. To
was a
get
good
It
one.
was.
to get exclusive access and bonus content, rock our merch. But the cheapest way to get us to help us get us discovered is tagging us on our story or on your stories. I don't know why our Instagram got deleted, so we're gonna have to figure that out.
Yeah, John probably did something to get us kicked off Instagram.
I probably watched that's probably where I found the comments from, so it is what it is.
yeah.
But really, the best way for more listeners that can discover us is spreading the good word that is Reddit on Wiki. And you can find all our info in the show notes. But for now, we'll see you next Friday. Thank you, Linz, for hopping on. It's always a good time when you're on. So
anytime.
See you guys next Friday. Bye.
Bye.
Go to the live
Thanks,
stream
Liz.
or I'll fucking find where you live and threaten you.
Oh, God.
Jesus.
I'm white.
I'm brown.
I am also white, and I will not attack you.
Bye, everybody.
Do it! Just do it!
Expert in fucking, I don't know.
Great power.
For the fifth time, it's your boy Sean.